Hello, my name is Kayleen Reusser. Welcome to another episode of Stories of American World War II Veterans. Today's story will be taken from my fourth book in my World War II Legacies series. It's called We Defended Freedom, Adventures of World War II Veterans. This is a story among the 260 World War II vets that I have interviewed, and this is just one of 12 books that I have put together about them. So today's story will be about Nicholas Loren, who served in the Navy. On December 7th of 1941, Nicholas Loren, 17, was sitting in a movie house in New York City when suddenly the movie stopped. House lights came up. The theater owner stepped in front of the audience and solemnly announced the reason for the interruption. The Japanese military had bombed American naval forces at Pearl Harbor. Few people in the theater that day knew where Pearl Harbor was, but all were outraged at the unwarranted attack. Some, like Loren's friends, enlisted in the military right away to help defend the United States. Others, like him, were too young to join. Loren remained at Queens Vocational High School until graduating the following year. Upon turning 18, he tried to enlist in the Army, but was turned down for medical reasons, what the Army called a lazy eye. Not wanting to give up, Loren tried the Navy. That branch decided his problem was curable with a patch, which Loren wore for the prescribed amount of time. He passed his eye exam and traveled to Sampson Naval Training Base in New York for basic training. A few weeks later, Loren was assigned as a fire controlman to the heavy cruiser USS Boston CA-69. It was a new ship, and Loren was present at the commissioning. At battle stations, the ship's crew of 1,700 manned her 40mm and 8-inch guns. In January of 1944, after passing through the Panama Canal, a process that took 8 hours, the ship sailed to the Marshall Islands for an invasion. That was the first of many, as during the next year and a half, the Boston's crew took part in other conflicts in Palau, Carolines, Western New Guinea, Truk, Saipan, Bonin Islands, including Iwo Jima, Wake, Marianas, Guam, Ulithi, and the Philippines. "We were in every major engagement in the Pacific," said Loren. Often the presence of older crew members who had been through invasions reassured the young sailor. "It helped being around the older guys," he said, "but usually I was too busy to be scared." On one occasion, Loren and other members of the crew were scheduled to receive a 30-day leave. However, the leave was reduced to 22 days because of plans for another invasion. Loren used the time to write letters to his girlfriend, whom he had established a relationship with while at home. The Allies fought hard and won many conflicts, but they were not always victors. During one invasion, they lost 3 destroyers. By what some would declare a miracle, the Boston was never hit by a kamikaze. Invasions and kamikazes were not the only threats to survival at sea. The crew of the Boston endured 2 typhoons, during which the ship rolled as much as 46 degrees. Thankfully, Loren was not seasick often. Spending time at sea during the holidays proved a challenge. The mess staff did the best they could by serving turkey at Thanksgiving, but when food supplies ran low, they survived on Spam. Loren couldn't tolerate the canned meat substitute. "It was served a lot, but I never ate it," he said. At Christmas, sailors with singing and acting skills performed shows for the rest of the crew on board ship. When the Japanese signed the surrender in September of 45, Allied troops occupied the country to ensure the military's intent to lay down arms. Loren was assigned shore patrol. "It seemed strange to see Japanese police bow to us," he said. "We carried an armband and nightstick, but never had to use them." Fire Controlman 3rd Class Loren was discharged in December 1945. During his service in combat at sea, he earned $50 a month. After returning to New York City, Loren worked in a factory and later for Northrop Grumman. He and his girlfriend Helen married and became parents to a son. Nick Loren attended many military reunions. "Nothing came easy during the war," he said, "but I'm still glad I did it." After the war, the USS Boston was decommissioned, though its duties were not yet completed. In the early 1950s, it was converted to a guided missile ship with service in Vietnam. By the time the Boston was scrapped in 1976, she had received numerous commendations for military service, including 10 battle stars for World War II. So today's story was about Nicholas Loren, who served in the Navy. There's his picture. This is from my book, which is book 4 in the World War II Legacies series, We Defended Freedom, Adventures of World War II Veterans, by me, Kayleen Reusser. I will be back next week with another exciting story. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and tell others about this opportunity to learn more about our amazing World War II vets. Thanks to all the veterans watching this and listening, and your families as well. We're so grateful. Take care.